Good evening. Ira Epstein with your metal market wrap-up. And this particular wrap-up is for the evening, as we're here now on the 7th of July, Thursday, 2022, 6:30 p.m. Okay, so today we tried a rally in the stock market, had a big one, short covering rally in my opinion. We had a good rally in the energies. I know they're giving some back tonight, but listen, you're back over the 100 level. You're 104 in the Brent, you're 102.36 in the crude. I was surprised at the rally in the nat gas because I don't see the hot weather moving in. I think it was just a big time short covering rally, a big impressive one. In the cotton, I was looking to see if you can get up the limit and stay there because I thought that the grain market, which had a nice rally today, also might want to do more. More important in the grains was how the market got down to key numbers, the Bollinger Bands and some other window envelopes and health. In the foreign currency market, it's going to be interesting. Tomorrow we get the all-important jobs data. They're looking for 230,000 jobs, 3.6 unemployment. Okay, that's the rate. But it's not going to be lost on anybody that if you look at Challenger Gray, you see another 12, 15,000 being planned to be let off in the corporations. You can see that people aren't hiring as much. If you're looking at the JOLTS number, you see the number of jobs dropping away a little bit. So things are starting to happen where businesses are adjusting in a large way to the coming slowdown. Whether it's a full-fledged academic recession, I don't know. Nobody does yet. But is it market acting like a recession? I happen to think so. When we take a look, and I'm at the wrong side here, when we take a look here at the weekly chart of gold, you're down 3.5% for the week. So can't say that this market's looking bullish. I find that hard. You can see that you haven't bounced at all over the past few days. And when we take a look at the action, you still have the trend down, the bias down. The market is underneath the 18-day average of closes, the 200 and the 100. The Bollinger Band is what the battle's all about. And the market's had 1, 2, 3 days in a row of closes under that band. So it's pushing the envelope. You typically don't go beyond 5. So at any point you can move to the right-hand side. But I don't see anything friendly on this chart just yet. And making matters worse, you're embedding the slow stochastic. Embedding tells me that when you do get rallies, and I'm sure you will, they'll be sold into unless and until the red line closes over 21. The gold-silver ratio flattened out at 90. But folks, there's nothing in that is friendly to silver. It's all still bearish. Like the gold down, embedded reading, it moved as I expected to the right-hand side. I'm thinking the smart money, me, will probably wanting to be short this market, but we'll wait and get the jobs data out of the way and see if there's any surprises that takes the market by storm. If not, away we go, because between that and the Fed, it's just a lot of the typical reports. This is the big one. Let's get it out of the way. In the copper, you're losing the embedded reading. Now, the rationale on this one is easy to see. China's talking of putting $200 billion into infrastructure. They're going back, and now they're taking also and throwing money at electric vehicles and charging stations. They're doing a lot. That lifted the copper out of the embedded part. So it's gone from roughly 460 into the 325 area. And finally, the market's looking to me like it has reason to no longer be short. Losing the embedded reading, let's just see where it finished. And I want to get here for the 7th. Here you go. This is how you finished at 2041. Now, I use a reading over 21 to know that it's finished, but 20 scares the heck out of me in the market. And now with tonight, I'd be saying, okay, it could drop again and re-embed, but you're at a zone that I think you're there. I'd be very cautious about wanting to be short any longer in that market. In the platinum market, you're getting a bounce. Okay. And what is that bounce? Well, if we come here on this one too, let's see, did we lose the embedded reading? We did not. This is the close of business today. And tonight you're flashing that. So you did hit the lower band though. I think the pros took a big chunk of their profit right there, the first challenge of that. And now if they lose the embedded reading, I think they'll say, bye-bye. I don't want any part of this any longer. In the palladium, you're up at the upper Bollinger Band. So the market that has been defying everything has been this market, and it had a heck of a nice day today. If you take a look at the gainer on the day, $97 an ounce. That's big. Any way you want to cut it. It's a 5% gain in one day? That is big by any stretch. So I was impressed with that. We then get to the dollar index, which going into the report, 2 days of settlement over the upper Bollinger Band. I think I'd back away. Doesn't mean you can't go higher. You can, but you're not embedded. You're in an extreme going into a big report. I think the real smart money is going to say to themselves, made the money, maybe it's time that I take a look and just do something else with what I want to do there. And I pretty much think that's what the market's going to do. Now, I keep telling you that I look at the enhanced Bollinger Bands. I cannot explain enough, and I'm going to repeat it again for you, how important that is. Had some people write me, Ira, do you backcast on it? Why would I? It's visually. You can see it right on the charts over and over. I was asked, do you like to use it on 5 minutes, 1 hour, 1 week? I like it on daily charts, the absolute best. The next best is weekly. I don't day trade off a 15-minute chart or anything like that. If I'm going to do that, I like pivot points. Way better than this. Could you use it with that? I imagine you could. I've just never done it. But for the in and out trades of the day or entry points, because I really don't like day trading, that's it. I'm a swing trader by nature. Swing trade means coming in using the leverage of the futures. If it offers 3 days, 2 days, 1 day, a week, I'll stay with it. In stocks, no. They don't, because the leverage is 50% there, you don't get those crazy movements you get in futures. Understand the difference of the two games. My concept, I love day charts. That's where I use it the most. So take a look at this. Hope you take advantage of it because it is something. I'm thinking of raising the price of it too. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a good day. Welcome. I'm Ira Epstein, and I'm here to talk about my enhanced Bollinger Band course. Now, many of you have taken my regular charting course, and if not, you might think you know something about Bollinger Bands. As you know, Bollinger Bands are an algorithm designed to keep the market trading within it 95% of the time. And on a chart, it will offer on the top part resistance, on the bottom support, and the idea is the market will travel within them. We know that sometimes it latches onto that band, goes up or goes down. Well, how do you play with that? Can you pyramid the positions off that type of thinking? Well, I've applied all 3 of these into 13 different videos that teach you my concept of it. And from that concept, you're able to work with weekly charts and or daily charts. The 13 videos, each about 7 minutes long. The idea here is not to put you in school forever, but to teach. Now, if you haven't tried my complete futures research, I throw that in as well. Whether you've tried this or not, I think it's worth taking a look at. I think you're going to learn something from there. That research, by the way, covers twice daily market updates for you and access to what I call window envelope numbers, which I think are very important when looking at these Bollinger Bands. The next part is a trial to our charting software so you can make your charts look the same way that mine do. It's that simple. Where do you go with it and how do you get all this? It's simple. You go to our website, www.iraepstein.com. If you go to the word education, everything you need is answered there. You can also call my staff. They'll be happy to help you get set up. I'm Ira Epstein on the road to your education.